All right, it's Bill here, just as I called it. They play the Ottawa Senators, and they lose 5-3. First off, I want to congratulate the Ottawa Senators on playing a penalty-free game. They played really, really well. Didn't take any penalties. Certainly didn't high stick people before scoring a goal. Didn't see any of that. So congratulations, Ottawa Senators, for that penalty-free game. Well done. Congratulations. I'd also like to, congratulate John Tavares, our own John Tavares, $11 million player, for his -3 tonight. I thought he played well. He hit a couple chip shots on the 12th, set up the birdies. Well done. $11 million performance there by John Tavares. The second line was an absolute pathetic display of hockey, and especially in the third period, they couldn't even get out of their own zone, and yet Keith kept throwing them on the ice. I'd also like to congratulate Ryan Reeves on being a useless piece of garbage. At no point are you effective at all. You don't do your job, but you get paid $1.63 million. So congratulations. Now, before I get into the rest of this game, obviously a horribly reffed game. Again, this is not going to be blaming the refs for the loss. This is just telling the NHL, you're a horribly reffed league. I'm sure if I watched other games, the same nonsense would happen. So congratulations, just a horrible league. If you can't employ a referee, that's pretty bad. I saw the ref say the high stick came from his own player's stick. He said it. You could see what he did on the ice with Jake McCabe, but very, very clearly it wasn't. So how did the refs see the wrong stick? He then called Greg Louganis Stutzel on a trip when at no point did Simon Benoit trip him. And that cost the Leafs 2 minutes. But again, the refs are fantastic performance. Just really great effort. And again, Ottawa Senators, a 0 penalty game. Way to go, guys. That's awesome. Doesn't happen very often. That's an awesome game. Well done. Well done, Ottawa Senators. I might want to remind the Ottawa Senators on my first video, if you go back to my first video, of what the Ottawa Senators are. They're not a good team. They're actually a terrible team. And I think I called it, right? Because every announcer was saying how great the Ottawa Senators were. This was the year they were going to make the playoffs. Well, they got as much chance of making the playoffs as I do of starting in Magic Mike 52. Ain't gonna happen. You're a terrible team. So yuck it up like idiots. And Ridley Gregg, bud. So let's get into it. First of all, I also want to thank the NHL for not suspending Mason Marchant for a very similar hit to Brandon Dillon, who he gave 3 games to. But a $5,000 fine. So I'm expecting Morgan Riley to get that $5,000 fine, right? Because that was less than an idiot takes a slap shot into a net. What did he expect? No one to show up? That's a horrible, unsportsmanlike play. We all know that. If you've played hockey, you don't empty net. You just put it in the net. You don't take a slap shot in the net. You're showing up the other team. You're going to have someone visit you. And of course, then he does the and boom, and now he's down, and he's going to pretend he's hurt, just like every Ottawa Senator. Just there's a way of playing the game, and the Ottawa Senators played a bad way, led by their captain, Brady Tkachuk. It's just the wrong way of playing the game, and that's why you're 21-25-2, guys. Just in case you're asking. Anyways, for the Leafs, another embarrassing effort. I'm done with the Ottawa Senators. They're a nobody team anyways. But the Leafs, it's just terrible to watch. Again, as I said, our captain, Johnny T, $11 million piece of garbage. Oh, Bill, he scored 5 goals in 2 straight games. Oh, my God. Okay, I'm tired of saying it, but if you think John Tavares is an NHL player, you're wrong. And even if you think he's an NHL player, which, again, you're wrong, $11 million tied up in this piece of garbage. Tonight, he offered nothing. Nothing. He didn't do a thing. He couldn't skate. And what happened between the first period and the second period is Jacques Martin finally went, hey, maybe I should take my first line of Tkachuk, and it was a Pinto and team, and stop playing them against Matthews, because Matthews' line played well, and we're owning the ice. And why don't I just match him up against Tavares? And the minute coach did that, now you'd think the coach might have thought about that before the game. But the minute that Martin made that adjustment, it was over. Game over. Now, I saw a whole bunch of people blaming Martin Jones. Martin Jones for what? How'd the first goal go in? Morgan Rielly passed it to Mitch Marner, who Brian Boitano'd it to the Ottawa team, and then Giroux passes it, and then Giroux, the guy who had the puck, no one takes him, so he just walks to the net, takes the rebound, and scores. No one around him. Now, Morgan Rielly was conveniently, please watch the replay, Morgan Rielly, who made the initial pass into Marner's skates, was conveniently behind the net watching the puck go in. I'm thinking, Morgan, being behind the net when the puck is in front of the net? Maybe not the right spot, bud. Maybe not. Why would you take a guy behind the net? At what point is the guy behind the net going to score a goal, Morgan? At what point is that man going to score a goal? I would probably take the front of the net. You know, the front? And of course, you had John Tavares and William Nylander on a hiatus. I don't know what they were doing. Oh, no, sorry. Mitch Marner made the change after making that play, so he didn't get the minus on it. So there you go, Todd. And Todd Bertuzzi is the only one who actually went to the net and tried to block the shot. Horribly, but he tried to block it. There you go. This team's just horrid. And yes, Matthews and Nyes scored. Great. And then Domi had a nice goal. Whatever. Let's look at the second goal. The second goal, you have the puck. The first two goals that Ottawa scored, the Leafs had the puck 5 seconds before it was in the back of the net. And you have a horrible, I don't even know what it was, giveaway at the other team's blue line that leads to a breakaway. What kind of defense loses the puck at the red line and it leads to a breakaway? It's just, it's a friggin', I don't even know if it's an AHL defense. I think if we called up the Calgary Wranglers, or whatever they're called, the Ontario Reign AHL defense, all 6 of them, and replaced it with the Leaf 6, we'd be a better team. We'd just be a better team. You have the puck on both of the first 2 goals for Ottawa 5 seconds before it pops into the net. I'm sorry, that's awful. That's just completely awful. And then you got the high stick goal, where clearly Jake McCabe gets high sticked in the face. And it turns around. Now, watch John Tavares on this goal. This is monumental stuff here. This is taking the cake. He's in front of the net taking Pinto, but he's not really. He kind of goes to the other side of him. Now, if you're fronting a guy, okay. But if you're playing to the side of, you leave the guy in front of your net so you can play him on the other side of the net. $11 million well spent. Just really well spent on this piece of filth that they call John Tavares. Just watch the goal. Just watch the third goal. First of all, notice the high stick that wasn't called. That was good. But even after that, watch John Tavares take Shane Pinto in front of a net. It's disgusting. It's just... I don't even know what to say. I'm so sick and tired of complaining about this guy. I really am. Like... And there's people out there that think he's a good player. Those are the people that I really dislike, actually. Because if you think John Tavares is a good player, you're insane. He's a power play specialist. And guess what? The Leafs had no power plays tonight, eh? So what's he going to do tonight with no power plays? He's going to do absolutely nothing, which is what he does every single game. He's going to be -3. Great game for him. -3 against the Ottawa Senators. Gets owned by Brady Tkachuk and Shane Pinto. Way to get owned, but you got owned. All right, then the fourth goal. The fourth goal was Josh Norris. Again, breakdown play. It's just sick. The Leafs are just they're terrible in their own end. And then Max Domi scores, and then you have the Ridley Gregg nonsense slap shot. He deserved the cross check in the face. He did. And I expect a $5,000 fine, because don't tell me that what Morgan Rielly did to a guy who did a complete nutter, he should have got 2 minutes on Sportsmanlike for that nonsense. He got cross-checked, and then, of course, he went down like every other Ottawa Senator. Just like Tim Stützle doing the Greg Louganis double axle backward flip, nice hit into the pool. Friggin' dives. Ridley Craig deserved what he actually deserved worse. And then they put Ryan Reeves on. Of course, who's this guy? Number 12. No one's heard of you before, and you're probably not going to be in the NHL too much longer because, let's face it, Ottawa's a bad team. And you got 7 minutes of ice time, and your name is Mark Kastelik? Is that your name, Mark Kastelik? You yip all game, and then there's a chance to fight, and you find the referee. You find the linesman, and you keep yipping, and you keep yipping. Oh, hi, Ryan. How are you doing? Oh, is there a ref in front of me? Hi, Ryan. How are you doing? I'm a really good guy. You want to fight? Sorry. There's a ref in front of me. Yeah, well done. You wonder why Ottawa's a loser team. I can't figure it out. Bill, I can't figure it out. Why are they a loser team? That's why they're a loser team. So good on you, Mark Kastelik. You've got a hell of a career going here, bud, with your 11 goals in 111 games. Actually, that's not too bad. Yeah, that's not too bad there. You got some penalty minutes. I guess you don't. You just like to yip and yap, and then find the referee when you want to fight. But I'll give you, hey, Mark, well done, bud. I'm going to take a look at my friend here, the useless wonder. Where are you, Reeves? Let's see how many penalty minutes Reeves has on the year. He has, he's minus 12, so that's pretty good. He's got 20 minutes. He's 24 games, 20 minutes. What's he done? Why is he on the ice? What does he do? The actual third period swung because for some reason Sheldon Keefe had a fourth line shift. Why would you have a fourth line shift when you had the third line, second line, first line? Third and first line pumping. I would have just kept the first and third line going. You could see Tavares couldn't play. Like, if you can't see that Tavares was useless in this game and getting owned, then you're not a good coach, my friend. Now, someone texted me at the game, you should fire the coach. You fire the coach for what? The defense? I'm pretty sure Sheldon Keefe didn't sign John Tavares for an $11 million contract. Pretty sure he didn't do that. The people that signed him for that, the Shanahans of the world, should be fired. An $11 million player. So let's take a look at the other $11 million players, shall we? Okay. How did Matthews do tonight? Matthews. 1 goal, 1 assist. How did Marner do tonight? 0 goals, 2 assists. Well, he actually had 3 assists because he assisted on the Ottawa goal. And, of course, Nylander and Tavares, the 11 million guys, well, they're sporting a minus 3. Well done, guys. It's horrible to watch this team. It really is. It's not enjoyable. And they always play bad against the Ottawa Senators. Now, the trade deadline's coming up. So what are you going to get? You do nothing. The Leafs have no chance of winning this year. None. There's nothing there. What are you possibly going to get that's going to make this team better? Unless you can sign 6 defensemen out of the blue, this team has no chance. It's not the goalies. It's not the forwards. It's clearly the defense. Morgan Riley was awful tonight. TJ Brody was awful tonight. Legason was bad tonight. Now, granted, Legason's had 17 games out. He played better than Giordano could ever. Benoit was bad tonight. McCabe was bad tonight. They were all bad. Liljegren, useless. All 6 of the Leafs defensemen were terrible tonight. Terrible. So what are you going to get that's going to make this team any better? I got an idea. How about you cut John Tavares? You find a way to throw him on Robidas Island. That gives you $11 million to spend on maybe 3 defense, at the very least, 2 good defensemen. That's what the team needs. But 1 more year of this moron JT. Fantastic. Thanks, dumbass. And thanks, Shanahan. Really appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed the firing line, Shanahan, because you should be fired. Cheers.